Chloe, it is great to meet you, even though it's virtually. Fantastic job in this film.
Thank you so much. You too.
Tell me about the first time that you met Dave Bautista.
I remember that Dave when I first auditioned, Dave, I know he wanted a diverse cast. So I had the audition, he kind of fought for me to have the role, and we had the chemistry read, and we met, and I was very happy that I got the job. I mean, getting to work with him was such a privilege, and I was very happy that I got to do it because now we're really good friends. I got to spend time with him, on the film and just get to know him, and he's such a nice person. I mean, the generosity that he just gives to people, and how nice he is, it blows you away. I mean, he's just been so nice to me. Like he's done amazing things for me. It was my 10th birthday, and he had some of the Guardians of the Galaxy wish me a happy birthday, which was just like the best birthday ever. It made me feel so happy, and I felt like the luckiest girl in the world. He's just been amazing.
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times. He's really, really a nice guy. Did you have to help him though with like technology? And I'm talking about like cell phones and things like that. I noticed that. I know the characters kind of play off that, but as I was watching the movie, I know you're tech savvy because you direct and you produce and edit your own films. We'll get to that in a minute. But did you have to help Dave Bautista with his stuff?
One thing, I didn't have to help him more or less with tech, but the lines were something a bit, more that I had to help him with. When I got the job, I read through the entire script, and since I love the movie, so I found it easy to like latch onto the scenes. So I would have both of our lines pretty much memorized, and if he slipped up on something, I just had it there for him, which was fun to do. I actually like memorizing other people's lines because then it feels like you have the script just in your head.
If you could be a spy in real life, would you do it?
For sure. I mean, I don't know if I would spy more or less on more or less people, but some like companies that, like big social media companies, I would really love to spy on and just, know what they're doing nowadays.
Yeah, no. And speaking of social media, I know that you're real active on TikTok. You direct, you produce, and you edit your own films. So obviously, filmmaking is in your blood. You want to do this in the long run?
Yeah, I start off with like certain script things, and I have many ideas, but so like I've made movies with my friends that are just more or less like fun things that I made when I was around 8, but I'm now a bit more serious about the stories that I want to tell, but I find it, hard to do at this time. I more or less like to write it down and have it with me. I'm also very, very interested in books, and I really want to be able to write my own books. And I know there's a website where you can write your own books and publish them, and which is really interesting because a friend of mine actually made a book on there, and now I'm super interested in the thing, and I kind of want to use some of my ideas and make something out of it.
No spoil. That's really exciting. No spoilers here, but I have to ask about the ice skating scenes. I know you mentioned that you had to work with Dave on some other stuff. What was it like to watch Dave Bautista on ice skates?
He told me he'd only ice skated two times in his life, which is hard to believe, but he could struggle with it. I hopped on the ice and I turn around, and it's hard to believe that somebody as big as him is having trouble ice skating. I mean, also in Toronto, sorry, Chicago and Toronto, I'm getting it mixed up, but in Toronto, the ice was melting in the winter. The weather was making the ice melt, so it made it even more hard for him. So some of the like scenes or shots where he fell, he was actually on a pad, just sitting there, so he wasn't sliding on the ice.
That's hilarious. Well, great talking with you. I'm excited about Avatar 2, and I hope that we'll get to talk to you in person for that one. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.